Hello everyone, and welcome to the New World Order, also known as TNO. My name is DARTHYMAULOCUS, and we're gonna hop into things, and is that a TNO reference, guys? So here's what we got. With the triumph of the Axis over the Allied powers, the New Order has descended upon the world. In the places of Union Jack and the Hammer and Sickle, now rule the rising sun and the swastika. Single light flickers desperately against the night of the United States. Germany celebrates the first man on the moon as Europe shifts, and Japan lines its pockets as China's slumber slowly breaks. The Mediterranean lies on a knife's edge, and what remains as Russia prepares to realize its destiny. That's right, we're gonna play Antarctica. We're gonna play Antarctica, so here we go. So yeah, these have been recently added in the newest update, so we're gonna see what we got here. I have no clue what this is. It looks pretty insane. But yeah, this is our spreadsheet. I don't know what this is. Alright, so we have, well, Antarctica, so we can't actually build anything on Antarctica. We have no civs for Antarctica. We also don't have a focus. We just look at Antarctica. Yeah, so Chile contains some, Argentina contains some, Japan contains some Antarctica, the OFN, which is our blue, and then Germany. Our administration is one of several that currently occupy the frozen continent of Antarctica and its environs, except for the various man-made stations and military outposts that dot the coast. The vast majority of our territory is barren polar desert that stretches as far as the eye can see. Looks like we have a template, which is strange. In ages long past, the exile had known many kinds of fire. In the time of the Great Bombardment, it had known the molten blood of the earth as a crust haven and cracked under the vicious assault of meteorites. In the time of giant insects, when the exile back was lush and green and the air purer, the small spark had ignited walls of flame that raced across the land. Cycles of blazing death and glorious rebirth marked the passage of eons. After the exile was cast south and clad in ice, the wood and copper boats came to its shores with the fire born from coal and oil. The fire were a spluttering imitation of their forebears, too small to take life, barely enough to sustain it. Today, there was a new fire, of a kind the exile had never known before, had never felt before. It was as if the fundamental laws of nature had been subverted. Matter buckled under its own weight, shredding light brighter than the sun, steering all that fell beneath the race. Grey-cloth interlopers tasted their own genius, unaware that their creation had been seen by unfriendly eyes. A lonely grouping of snow-crusted watchers observed the second sun intently. Before longer, they shuffled through the snow, eager to report what they'd seen. Like a blue and white waved against a cloudless sky, blazing torch at its center. New kind of fire. Alrighty. Yeah, so this is what we got, guys. I have no idea what this is. We're gonna poke around at it and see what happens, I guess. Okay, so this explains everything. Okay, so we got legitimacy, we have militarization and equipment and supplies. We only have one task force out in the field, out of a maximum of 6. Then we got the internal divide. Whilst most of the OFN Antarctic administration's name would lead one to believe that it's jointly run by the nations of the OFN, this could not be further from the truth. Rather, control of the administration is thoroughly dominated by American officers and its officials. Yeah, so we got cohesion here, which decreases every so many weeks, so it's a lot of microing, to be honest. Not quite certain how things are. It's not. There seems to be quite a lot here. Okay, so there's a single person living in each one of these tiles. Solitude is an excellent laboratory, Richard E. Breed. As an Antarctic territory, we do not have the capacity to undertake large-scale research projects unauthorized by our home nation. With its recently activated nuclear power plant, McMurdo Station is the largest and most advanced military installation in the Antarctica, capable of supporting over 1,000 inhabitants, as well as a small naval force. Of course, weather permitting, it serves as an important staging base for OFN operations in Antarctica and the Indian Ocean. Now we got an event called Disunity. McMurdo Station was the closest one got to a city in Antarctica. capable of providing shelter and even a measure of comfort for several thousands of souls, as opposed to all the bases. McMurdo featured a number of interlinked, insulated corridors and tunnels, allowing one to walk from one end of the base to the other without ever feeling the cold. A walk that the leader of the Australian research program, Howard Veal, appreciated. Nuclear power changed Antarctica exploration, allowing bases to virtually self-sufficient in terms of energy. Bases of the future might even be able to grow enough crops that they didn't need to rely on resupply at all, or saviour, a proponent of all things nuclear, hoped. Such dreams of habitation, even colonization, would remain dreams, so long as the political deadlock that consumed the OFN Antarctic administration continued. Nominally, the OAA was a joint effort between the United States, Australia, and New Zealand. However, in practice, the Americans ran the show. The great consternation of the other constituent members on whose claims the OAA was staked in the first place. Logistically, the problems manifest in the forms of parallel supply chains and incompatible infrastructure. Defensively, different weapon platforms demanded different ammunitions, and personally differing cultures and military traditions did little to promote unity. Veal turned another corner of McMurdo's many holes, came face to face with another of the other realities of the OAA. Yeah guys, yeah, I'm not gonna continue reading this, I'll probably get flagged by YouTube, but yeah, there you go. So, you know, you might be wondering where McMurdo Station is, so we're gonna search where McMurdo is. McMurdo is over here, apparently. At the southern edge of the OFN sphere of influence lies one of the strangest bases. McMurdo Station is the largest base on the Antarctic continent, populated by 1,500 people. Let's say it's one here. It says 2 out of 1. Boasts a sizable port and is serviced by nearby William Fields for aerial transportation. This behemoth of Antarctic waste sits in the Ross Dependency of Antarctica, a region inside New Zealand's claim. It was administered by the USA's Antarctic Development Command. It was built on the volcano Ross Islands during the first Operation Deep Freeze, which took place in the midst of the scramble. Its many quirks and the most unique in its nuclear power station solved fuel issues at the base, while it provided a substantial amount of power and reduced the need for fuel. It remains an unknown in the emerging sphere of nuclear power, one that could have devastating consequences. So, yeah, it's a pretty strange place. The Germans, I believe, also have a base somewhere. West Europe. I don't. Wait, what? Okay, what is this place? Bureau Station. Okay, so this place is also go on. Bergerheim. The population of Bergerheim is small compared to other Antarctic claims. 250 souls, split between Anuabe scientists and a detachment of, security. I'm not going to read more of this, but it's here if you'd like to, read it. Consequence. Vice Admiral William F. Raborn wondered if this was the life all men of achievement eventually came to. Being placed so highly that it was impossible to feel the consequences of another one's decision, and eventually commanded carriers in the Pacific, he could feel the weight, feel the effects of his choices, see the implications with his own eyes. When he oversaw the development of the Polaris missile, he could see the beast taking shape before his eyes. Every management decision taken was reflected in the work, but the cramped officers at the heart of McMurdo was the furthest thing from the bridge of a carrier or a missile silo. Rather than sea swells, waves of paperwork rolled at him. Instead of sending naval bombers into battle, he sent eyes to and fro. Reports of German and Japanese transgressions, Australian supply manifests, and US submarine patrol routes with the Indian Oceans all crossed his desk. Unless, of course, his office was being used by the Australians and New Zealanders to argue who had just jurisdiction over this or that. Politics. Nothing else put Raborn further out of his comfort zone than dealing with tight-fisted bureaucrats. His job in Antarctica was his reward for ensuring Polaris was operational 4 years ahead of schedule. It was only a year in, and he felt anxious about the future. Antarctica was an utterly alien place. He had only just begun to grasp his vicissitudes. Two things made this place dangerous: man and nature, and both were arrayed against him. The struggle has only just begun. So in 3 years something's gonna happen apparently, so we'll see then. Our equipment and supplies are going down per day or something, so it's quite bad. Oh, and the Riker sent a rocket to the moon, so. Alright, so this is basically, dialogue between the people in the cafeteria. I'll leave this in the video if you'd like to read it. Alright, so we have our own sea stuff, apparently. Rear Admiral James R. Reedy was a man who liked to do things himself. From his day carrying out anti-Kriegsmarine patrol in the Atlantic during the war, commanding carrier groups in its aftermath, he always endeavoured to add his own personal touch to an assignment. When he was assigned to the OAA, he'd given a clear task: keep the Germans and Japanese out of the OFN's Antarctic waters and maintain operational capabilities in the Indian Ocean. Clear perhaps, but not very simple. Reedy thought, as he examined the latest reports, the Kriegsmarine has been more docile in recent months. Possible reflection on the state of the war map. However, the Japanese have been increasing their naval presence in the Antarctica and routinely probing the OFN's territory by land and sea. Alright, so we got the reactor. The reactor was powerful but fragile. A small slip could upend the OFN's entire Antarctic project. Worse than that, it could cost lives, too many of them. He couldn't let it happen, not in his watch. He turned to the new engineers and put his best smile. Right, so we got the Australians and Americans increasing, okay. Alright, so we can't let any of these drop to 0. I'm not sure what happened if they do drop to 0, but I'm pretty sure it's bad. So we get enabled the CIA decision category. Division management options are now available in the officers tab. And I gain equipment. Oh, I can send one unit to the United Malaysian Anti-Japanese Front. Wait, that cool. Can actually do things. We got Athens division. I'm not sure what this is, but this looks pretty damn good. Look at that. Sending Alex Wilson over. Okay. On Alex, head over to Malaysia then. Okay, our divisions arrived. So it looks like we got a few different things. It's gonna be slow and steady. There's no need to push out. We have that one division, so it's fine. We don't want to waste him. Reborn was no stranger to military secrecy. Having climbed his way up to the ranks of the Navy, he wasn't concerned that he was being kept out of the loop. But it begged the question. The Vice Admiral of the US Navy wasn't being told what his men under his command were really up to. Just how serious was this project? Reborn was still a relative newcomer to Antarctica. If there was one thing he learned about his continent, it was that it was vast, and that there was plenty of space to hide things. Just hoped it wouldn't be hidden from him for too long. We got another event, quite a few events. New Zealand's control increases, so we get living space. First impressions. Attention! Simon Skiwisk stood at the attention of his CO, opened the door to the radio station. This is Taika Tapiana and Matthew Chaw. They are radio operators for New Zealand and Australia, and as of now, are your new co-workers. Alright, so Simon nodded, sure thing, but after we're off the air. Yes, we've got a decaying cohesion, we've got a decaying militarization legitimacy. This is micro hell, guys. This is absolutely micro hell. Okay, so I can send 7 task forces if I do 6 missions and then intercept one. I don't think that really makes sense, but okay. Herman Flegger walked aside John Kennedy on what the Vice President had promised him would be the most beautiful riverside stroll. The cherry blossoms bloom early this year in DC, and it was as good as blackdrop as any of the old acquaintances to catch up. They were not without their seconds. Paul Daniels and Robert Kennedy trailed behind them, talking animatedly. Now then, if we could discuss the year's budget for Antarctica. Alright, so they gain more control. It's good. Kennedy supports our Antarctic expedition. A history professor of mine once told me that the Vikings called this place Greenland to draw new settlers. They couldn't very well tell this place Greenland to draw new settlers. They couldn't very well tell the people back home what the place was really like. I always found that funny. A medieval codename. Reminds me of our work. You better start preparing, you'll be flying to LA in a week. He was exhausted. These missions had been a daily affair for what felt like weeks now, but he didn't dare allow fatigue to get to him. They were in international waters, well away from their cruiser base, and pretty close to enemy territory. Mistakes could be costly here, perhaps even deathly so. Looking at the radar device, he He watched as the green light swirled around the screen like a hypnotic spiral. Counted the dots small. The points to green light to represent German boats. You were right, Split P. Even less supply bursts than yesterday. Much less than the day before that. You will be happy to know the Germans seem to be losing interest in this spot. Let's keep an eye on it. That's when a light began to blink on the console. Storm's coming right behind us, path to the headquarters. We should head back before it's too late, Split P said nervously. Jackson thought about it a moment. Yeah, you're right, I'd hate to get stuck out here. I don't mind getting back to base a bit early. Hell no, the Australians have a place nearby. We can land. Bird Island, let's just top it out. I'm gonna do this one. Gives me militarization I so desperately need. Okay, so do your offers acceptable, Howard, said Hillary. We'll share a space. Oh, I'm sorry, Howard, I can't compromise on my beliefs. Science comes first. Make up your mind, Edmund, said Beale. I'll do it for you. The habitats go to the soldiers. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Because we need the soldiers to obviously defend what we got, but we get the event winter is coming.
And winter is coming. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
Starks are always right eventually. Winter is coming.
Tell Lord Tywin, winter is coming for...
It's 1,000 leagues from here to the wall! And winter is coming!
Eyes over McMurdo station's been draped in deep dark blanket. Days will be chillier than yesterday, with temperatures sitting at around minus 26.5 Celsius. That's about, 250 Kelvin. Having enough, Wallman turned off the radio and let the announcer's voice fade into static. Now, but all that accompanied him was the howl of the wind and his battered on his dorm room. Winter in Antarctica was long and hard. Wallman knew that. He had gone through a couple already. So yeah, here we go. Full winter. It's amazing. Hey, the United States is finally here. They brought some airborne divisions. Oh my goodness. We can actually advance now, I think. So the fact is coming in now, and it's most up to date. Say anything about the Golden Heights? The man on the other end was evidently fed up with Simon's questions and hung up. There we go, we got some dialogue, guys, from the CIA. Interesting. To win, that first signaled the arrival of winter, so our supplies start to get terrible around winter, I'm betting. We haven't gone through anything quite bad yet. So, yeah, I can foresee our supply situation is gonna become an awful lot worse. Alright, so we're getting a few different events. CIA in the cafeteria, and need to know. Enables additional options for the Iceman missile development project. Bit of advance. I don't know where the American volunteers are gone. They left me. Left me to fend for myself. It's empty. Shonan's empty. Yeah, he's gonna take it. Okay. Interesting. 1,068 troops survived. Not many. Oh no. Okay, we're down to 800 troops. 700. 400. 300. Damn, okay, they're all dead. The Athens division is now fully gone. It's fully down. Alright, so all quiet in Camp Century. What the heck were they requiring so much security for? Infrastructure? Questions spun around Edward's head, but he stayed quiet. He was good at that. Seems not asking questions would be a good skill here. Today, since Felga to Reborn, Chile had not felt confident in throwing in with the OFN because they were afraid to antagonize, well, everyone else. But recently, certain, shall we say, diplomatic critical mass has been reached, say in Washington. We feel that the Chileans will be open for certain assurances, even agreements regarding our cooperation in the Antarctic. Around the map, so it looks like the Viet Minh are here with Ho Chi Minh defending Vietnam. It's got like guerrilla warfare or something. Alright, the UMAJF victory in Malaysia. 2-1, it looks like. Fool me once. Olympus versus Athens. Lieutenant Taika Saito is MIA, likely captured. Increasing. The Australians have a large control, even more than the Americans in fact. Penetrate administration, okay. Infiltrate native militia. Blackmail German commanders. Madagascar Civil War, okay. Makasog operations. Right, so we now can do the conclusion phase. So rescue prisoners of war, forge ballots. Okay, Italy won the Italo-Turkish War. Drilling for the sake of drilling. Ah, we love that. Okay, new document is available in the Iceberg Missile Development Project. Italians are here. The Italians are in Antarctica. You kidding me? The Jerusalem conference failed. We get 2 events. Report from Athens to Olympus. Obtaining personal information on multiple pro-American and pro-Japanese Malaysian casualties. Athens has been able to successfully bring printing of ballots, successful dissemination of those ballots across the country in anticipation of elections has been performing successfully. No incident. Projected that pro-American candidates will be able to win handily in the coming weeks across the nation. The Malayan electoral system is rudimentary at best and non-existent or worse. Athens has exploited this fact by creating multiple false ballot votes in remote areas not reached by the official government. This produced efficient results which has drastically increased the confidence of pro-American candidates campaigning in the area, pushing momentum in Malay towards a pro-American government to be put in place. So the Italian failure to keep the region stable. Okay, so imagine winning the war and then just this happening. I don't even know, man, what this is. Increased scientific cooperation, which is good. Increases our legitimacy and cohesion. Makasog primarily to protect the Antarctica, not to fight in Madagascar. While many would have been glad to get out of here, he found himself missing it. Alright, so this guy is going to Madagascar. Really scanned the horizon, spotted a small aircraft battling headwinds as it approached the flotilla. It was definitely an unarmed recon plane, while already had no issues with testing the former Axis allies, who were apprehensive about an international incident involving the Argentinians. The OFN had enough enemies already. The plane flew a parallel course with the squadron, but an hour later returned home. We got another option. Reinforce American naval presence, okay. Words reached the CIA on the situation in the Philippines. Though always unstable, it seemed like the archipelago would soon collapse its opening war. So prepare for that, and then it looks like Madagascar's collapsing. You can see the anarchy, you got that government, and then you got that government. By the way, I like to say there's just randomly capitals here at the bottom of the map. You have to get really close, but you can see the onion pack. This is all varying. I don't know what Spear's doing here, okay? Comic-Con. I didn't even notice these at first. What are these places? So weird. Yasuda crisis, okay, we're already here. Damn. We can penetrate the Japanese administration and smuggle the firearms, that's good. On the way, another day came and went, and Rip Robertson and Grayston Lynch were up in the air in a nondescript plane again. You owe me $20. I get to send one volunteer unit to Filipinos. Alright, we got 2 divisions now. Cool. So special, I got 2 divisions. Both crap, but you know, we got 2 divisions. May the hand of fate be in good promise. A brief briefing. There's so much to read. And we got vengeance. The ice castle. There's so many events as the Antarctica. Holy crap. Wait, for some reason I can send volunteers to the guys in the north, but not the guys in the south. Whatever. We're sending volunteers to the communists apparently. Oh, so I can request things here. Okay, supply shipments, manpower. Oh no, okay, we got missile development. I don't know what this is. Weeks where decades happen. Cool, Lenin quote. And we got familiar plans. I want the charter of mission, blah blah blah, more stuff. Damn, the Argentinians keep spying on me. The delivery. Then we got the stroke. Feel like I'm gonna have that with the amount of events I'm getting. The shipman. Okay, that's cool. We got more information. Communists might distrust people like Rip. He was a CIA agent. Things like the Makasog were the same as Side and Pied and Doi Kodi to them. That is capitalist, but the Malaysian, Indonesian, Vietnamese and Chinese Reds on the boat were at least sensible enough to know that he could be relied on to help them. So Rip, having no real choice nor any good incentive to object, simply gave them guns. Okay, we got Mine Tiran, I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, we got this port city. Okay, we're gonna hire pirates. Hire the pirates to fight against the Japanese. It's so insane having to control this map. Okay, it looks like the Democrats are pushing towards Manila, which is good. Penetrate the Japanese command. More events, late arrivals, okay. I am trying to push in the north of Philippines. Antarctic cavalry, okay. I don't think horses can be here, but I don't know what that's about. Okay, there we go. The SAFR took Manila. Good. Oh, damn, I think our Malaysian volunteer is just kind of dead now. I didn't even realize he must have just force attacked himself to death. Well, that's a shame. I was so focused on literally everything else I had to do, like this, like the Philippines, like my millions of decisions I have to keep pressing or I die. So guys, if you ever want to be in a place with no debt, just go to Antarctica. I'm sure it's a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna go for naval sport because all our divisions are pretty much Marines, so it makes sense. Incoming mail. All along the watchtower. Alright, more events. Winter coming. No looking back, only forward. Another event, indifferent. Now we can burn documents, cool. Who doesn't like burning documents? The engines of progress, okay. And we got then a flood. I've just got so much to do, guys. I can't read out every single event, and this, whatever this is. I know it's distasteful, but one misstep could start an atomic annihilation. Leave the defectors on the ice to whatever fate they choose. Oh, Hilter's dead. Blue skies and black smoke. Lots of crazy stuff's happening. Okay, and then back from the bush. There's so many events. The words echoed across the icy street of McMurdo. Vice Admiral Raborn was addressing the entire population of the station via loudspeaker. Everyone stopped what they were doing. They're frozen in place. The most tyrannical evil, Raborn went on. The history of civilization is dead. Now all he has built has become thrown in jeopardy. Many of us have lost family, friends, and homes to the menace, and I don't know what consolation this murderer's death will be to you, but I do know this: the Organization of Free Nations, all of us will do our damn to ensure that Hilter's 1,000-year Reich will be cast down and all his lick spitters will follow him to the gates of hell. There's no cheering, no celebration, just a reflection on all that was lost and all the struggles yet to come. Alright. The Offen Antarctic territory was to launch an invasion of the German Antarctic territory of New Swabia. Crap. Okay. We're about to invade the German territory in Antarctica. Kidding me. 37 days. Good luck with that one, old chap. Oh, the German Civil War, here we are. The end of the Reich, surely. Alright. Yeah, that's chaotic. I guess we just swoop in and take German Antarctica now. Who do you think you are throwing a party after the leaders passed away? Whoa, can I get a name and where you're calling from for the lovely audience? A bunch of other stuff, I don't know. Second shot heard in the world. God save the Queen. Now we got another event. Okay, that's just a lovely thing. The last thing Edward heard was screaming. Well, I don't even know. Okay, he's finally here. He's finally here after millions of years of moving through Antarctica. Like I said, 2 volunteers to South Africa. That's cool. I'll just send the 1. For now. I can only send 1, never mind. That's fine. The other one I can just send to put on the German border. I don't even want to look at what's happening in Europe. It's wars everywhere. Aurora Australis. Okay, I think that's Aurora Borealis, but... Okay, that's it. We defeated South Africa. That was very fast. I don't know what this is. There's so many different events. It's killing me. You should go away. There's so many of you. McMurdo Christmas. I don't know what this is. Marsh light. Oh, lovely. Prepare to invade German Antarctica. Yeah, looking back at Germany, it looks like Bormann is winning, I'm guessing. Speer has the North, so who knows? Maybe Speer might win. All the leaders of the OAA get gathered together in the war room in McMurdo. The time's finally come. Reparations were made as best as it could be. Supplies, munitions had been stockpiled for outposts along the border. These who would be jumping as points for the operation. The weather was grim, but they had to push forward anyway. They may not have another chance. Warfare in Antarctica was very ad hoc. Most military equipment was never designed to function in the unforgiving continent. Alright, so... The Brazilian flotilla is en route to the west of New Swabia. They should be landing in the next few hours. This is it then. Our first war in Antarctica. A damn shame it's come to this. Here we get an extra division. I don't know what this is. We're attacking with 2 divisions. We have an unfair advantage. Because I had an IQ and decided to move my division onto the border with the Germans. And now we won. Wait, the Brazilians are here, okay. We've got the Brazilians now who's taking a bit of Antarctica. Have a look at that then. Uruguay's here and Brazil. Okay. Launch Day Blues. Okay, that's good. That's what she said. Increase project security. Quest project report. Delays again. Lovely. More top secret stuff if you guys are interested. I don't know what this is. I can't read. Expanded. I can't believe it. And now we got cognitive dissonance. Saying that wonderful. So it's now called Olaf Coast and West Prince Olaf Coast. Operation Southern Cross. Operation Southern Cross successful. Okay. Wait. Who's this guy? This guy's just reunited Central Siberia. Okay, perfidious Panasianism? Yeah, I'm looking at the map mode. It looks like Germany still controls a lot of Antarctica for some reason, and my map mode is not expanded. I thought I'd take more, but I don't know, I guess the Brazilian and Uruguay won update, but mine didn't. I don't know. I'm surprised Nixon's not resigned yet. We still got Nixon in. Did I just quickly destroy South Africa? That like it didn't trigger Nixon resigning or something? Like I killed South Africa. I mean the German South Africa incredibly fast. So I don't know if that's meant to happen, but Nixon's not resigning. What a mess. Of course, Antarctica's always a mess. Why wouldn't it be? But damn, we need our cohesion. Yeah, that's a few, I don't know what these are, Madagascar divisions. Encircled. Germany restores control over Central Europe. My game is buggy, and it's auto saving, so yeah. Quite a lot to load in. Have a look at that. Yep, and they're attacking Slovakia. Or Slovakia. Lives were wasted for nothing. That was reason enough for them. Okay. What the heck is this? All this for building a rocket? Are you kidding me? Wait, isn't Bormann gonna attack, isn't Bormann the one who attacks Burgundy? Okay, so the Americans are slowly taking more control over, Antarctica again. Things are becoming less cohesive. Owned by Christmas? Well, maybe it might be, you know? I mean... You're already at Leopoldville nearly, so you probably will be home by Christmas unless something goes disastrously wrong. Okay, so that's it. I guess the Americans truly were home by Christmas because the war ended on the 2nd of December. Have heart and make haste. I don't know what that's for, but I guess that's for ending the war before December. Oh crap. George Wallace has been inaugurated. What the heck? I don't know if I want to be part of the Americans anymore. I can build up my stations, run CIA probes and stuff. I've just got a lot more things. Battle at the ends of the earth. Strange news on the southern continent and the German Atlantic colony of New Swabia as a former soldier turned whistleblower revealed to OFN forces that Schirmacher Station, the colony's capital, was attacked by themselves. Okay. That's weird. Was this assault an order directly from East Paris, or did they act alone? I reckon Himmler was probably behind it. Himmler probably was definitely behind it. Man proposes, God disposes. Lovely. Something to do with Greenland. I'm not reading this. There's so much dialogue. But here you go. More events. More events. What can I say? I love Antarctica, but nothing good can happen here so long as our men are at each other's throats. Canada's official position will be made known to you shortly. Wins. Rogue Turkish generals. The exiles' education. It had been for the most part a regular day at Standard Bank. With the war, there's been lots of new mail going on, along with the packages and briefcase. It was never a slow day. Joan picked a briefcase. There were plenty coming in that day, but something felt different about this one. It was a rather nice briefcase, black and silver lashes to it. Alright, so as so dusk approaches, the new order. Like Phoenix reborn, the great democracies rise from the ashes of the Second World War to spread their wings across the frozen continent. As the rest of the Antarctic slips further into chaos and tyranny, the OAA has been met with success after success. The forces of are met in retreat, fleeing the might of the Southern Cross. Ice Worm progresses deeper into the earth, promising to leave the free world safer than ever before. The long march towards gender equality into the new frontier, and yet with triumph comes uncertainty. As time marches forward, cracks begin to show and the old enemies sharpen their knives. Despite these challenges, the OAA's leader, Howard Beale, believes that his cool-headed pragmatism is just the right tool for the job. With elaborate plans to increase their base's use of advanced nuclear technology and harness support from the Australians, Beale thinks he has discovered the formula to consolidate the OAA's gains without sacrificing its dreams. Alright, so we've got Howard Beale. Interesting. Yeah, things look pretty well in Antarctica. I mean, yeah. Is this the end? I don't know. But yeah, maybe a bit abrupt ending, but, you know, Antarctica... Antarctica, I don't think is, you know, it's a new experience. I mean, you've got this mini-map game mode where you just got to keep micromanaging everything. I mean, it's fun with, like, all the, proxy wars you're in. You've got, like, one division and stuff, but, you know, there's a lot of things you got to micro. I wanted to check Antarctica out just to see if it was any fun or not, but I think I've enjoyed the experience, so it's not bad. TNO Tips, you've done a good job with Antarctica, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here, guys. I know it's very abrupt, but this is the end of the Antarctica path. You've got George Wallace in the US. I'm sure he's probably not gonna mess everything up. You've got Foreman here, corporate state of Japan, and rebelling Indonesia. If you've enjoyed the video, guys, remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more Heartsofiron 4 content. I might revisit a other path in TNO. Maybe I feel like covering the United Kingdom next, but let me know if you'd like me to cover a specific nation in this mod. Like, this could be any of, like, the Russian paths, it could be any of the American paths, as long as it isn't Mexico or something with 1,000,001 events and nothing happens, I guess. So yeah, thanks guys for watching the video, and I'll be ending it here.